Hello and welcome to yet another movie ranking video. Today we are ranking Spider-Man movies. I've already done this partially in my Marvel movies and series ranking a few months ago, which is gonna be updated probably before the end of the year with the latest films and series. Um, so we have the two Spider-Verse films. We have the three original Tobey Maguire films. We have the two Amazing Spider-Man Andrew Garfield films, and we have the three MCU Tom Holland films. Let's start with the first one in chronological order. That's Spider-Man, and still A is where it goes. I think the same in my Marvel movie and series ranking. And yeah, basically this is a pretty good film which introduces us a bit comic accurate and comic accurately to the character, and actually does a good job. And of course it was the first live action Spider-Man movie, which of course was very important at that time. Spider-Man 2. Now I think that Spider-Man 2 is not as good as the first Spider-Man, but still a pretty good film with a pretty good villain. And actually, Sam Raimi didn't have a bad film out of these three movies. We're gonna get to the third right away, but just a quick recap. I really liked to see, I don't know, continue the story nicely, and they didn't reset it. Something that they kind of did. They reset um, Peter Parker's personality with the symbiote in Spider-Man 3, which is still a good film. And actually, I think it's better than Spider-Man 2. They're all three in 8 year, and I think probably this is the best trilogy and the best run of Spider-Man films in on average. And yeah, basically this movie is criticized by a lot of people, but I actually really enjoyed it. The Amazing Spider-Man, I'll say it's a bit here. I don't think it lives up to what I expected out of Spider-Man reboot, but still, it's an okay film. So I think, I mean, I expect it to be another 8 year, but still a bit year for me. Um, the Amazing Spider-Man 2, compared to what people think, a lot of people think, um, I'm going to put it in 8 year. I think it's better, and I think Gwen's death really proved to be, I think, a very good ending to the film, and might have been one of the most important, I don't know, emotional disadvantage. Disadvantage is that I don't know, Peter had uh, and would have had in the third film if there had been one. But of course, they made a deal. Uh, so they made a deal with Sony, and they could include Spider-Man in the MCU, and so they recast him. And we got to Homecoming. Hmm. I'll say it's an 8 year, though it does not. I, I don't think it's as good as, I don't know, the original first series or the Amazing Spider-Man 2. I don't think, yeah, it's as good, but I liked the idea of a different reboot with different stories and different. I mean, they skipped the origin story that, of course, the first two series, series of films had brought to us, and I think this helped the movie. I don't know. I mean, they already skipped it in Civil War, but yeah, they helped the movie progress, I think. Then, of course, we had the Cross the Spider Verse. You know, a lot of people say these animated films are one of the best animated films in history, and yes, the animation is very good. But, however, I don't think they're that good in quality, especially the first one. I mean, it's a good film, same for The Amazing Spider Man, but both don't live up to, I don't know, my expectations for a Spider Man film. Um, of course, those expectations are kind of high, to be honest. Beyond the Spider Verse, okay, an 8-year film, good enough. Um, I like that they added many more Spider-Man. I think if they can continue this narrative into Beyond the Spider-Verse, um, and they can get it, it might just turn out to be one of the best films, animated films, and maybe films in Spider-Man history. Again, Across the Spider-Verse has is better than Into the Spider-Verse, as you can see here, but I don't know, has a story of the usual, let's say, a hero which is considered the villain. That's kind of generic, but the way they put it and the elements they use is very good. And again, the animation is very, very good. Um, we got sidetracked a bit from the recent MCU Spider-Man films, but Far From Home now. Yeah, probably the weakest in the uh, MCU Spider-Man trilogy, and yeah, it's not bad, but again, it doesn't live up to my expectations of a Spider-Man film, and again, how does Mysterio? I mean, the villain's purpose is kind of, let's call it, kind of not that well thought. I mean, why does Mysterio want to pretend to sacrifice himself? Or sacrifice himself? Because if he actually gets to be an Avenger, then people eventually find out that he does not actually fight and has nothing, and then he might just die out of nothing, and he wants to be a hero, but yeah, it's very confusing. No Way Home, on the other hand, good one, an 8-year film. I have to say that seeing all the three Spider-Man on working together is impressive, and I hope that Tobey's and Andrew's Spider-Man can come back in Secret Wars. I don't think they'll come back in Brand New Day or Doomsday, but seeing a Secret Wars, uh, I don't know, has a lot more characters than Doomsday, which is worrying. Again, because compared to the four original Avenger films from the first saga, we have a lot more characters, and it's worrying. But that's something to discuss for another video. But the idea of the film is nice. Yes, I can say that I think they introduced Toby and Andrew a bit late, and you know, I think that again, Doctor Strange stuff is, I mean, it's kind of there just to get Sony the money. I mean, could have done it just by, I know, acquiring one of those, I forgot the name, magic rings from Doctor Strange and then using them to, like, for example, I don't know, using them to suppress the villains, for example, or yes, general. For example, when he brought Andrew and Toby's Peter Parker, Spider Man, whatever, into the reporters, yeah, then I don't know, might have been used for that, and then they could have used it for capturing the villains actually. Although I have to say the fact that at the end everybody forgets who Peter Parker is tells us two things. First off, there'll be a long period of time before the next film, and there will be 5 years because they usually want a period of time when they say, "Look, Peter Parker was forgotten," and did that and that, and nobody they can't just say, "Oh, yeah, he was forgotten," and then 2 years later, "Oh, he appeared." They need time to, I don't know, to get along at the end, use it as good as possible. But again, the idea is very good. I mean, it sets up, I don't know, a new girlfriend or a new friend, or just sets out the fact that now Spider-Man's identity is very much, very, very much secret, and only Hulk, the normal Hulk, not smart Hulk, knows who Spider-Man is. Or yeah, I think this notion will probably developed in present day, but yeah, just a good film all around. So this is my ranking of all Spider-Man films. Let's go, let's say, of the 21st century, because I think there were some animated films in the 90s. But anyways, thank you for watching. Like and subscribe. Goodbye.